So we are to solve this quadratic equation using completing the square method, right? But let us solve it using the formula method. Then we'll now use completing the square method to see, and you see that our answers are going to be the same. So for this first equation here, let's rewrite this as 2y squared minus 9y plus 4 equal to 0. So here in the first one, we discovered that our a is equal to 2, our b is equal to minus 9, and our c is equal to 4. I remember our general formula is what? Is ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. And then our formula is what? X is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Alright, so let's substitute. Let's do the maths now. Let's substitute, where x is now going to be equal to, this is minus 9, so that is going to be minus 9, which is 9, plus or minus square root of minus 9 squared minus 4, a is 2 and c is 4 divided by 2a. So we are going to have this to be x equal to 9 plus or minus square root of 81 minus 32 divided by 4, which is going to be equal to 81 minus 32, which is 9 plus or minus square root of 81 minus 32, 49 divided by 4, right? So this means x is going to be equal to 9 plus or minus 7 divided by 4, which implies x is equal to 9 plus 7 over 4, which is equal to 16 over 4, which is equal to 4, or x is equal to 9 minus 7 over 4, which is equal to 2 over 4, which is equal to 1 over 2. So the values of x here are 4 and half. So let's also compare, let's also remove our values here. A here is going to be 1, b is going to be equal to minus 3, and c is going to be equal to minus 10. So let us put it in the formula, which we are going to be having 3 plus or minus square root, right, square root of minus 3 square minus 4 1, and c is minus 10 divided by 2 multiplying 1, which is 3 plus or minus square root of 49 divided by 2. So which means x is going to be equal to 3 plus or minus 7 divided by 2, which implies x is equal to 5, or x is equal to minus 4 over 2, which is equal to minus 2, right? So using this same method for the both, here we have our values to be 5 and minus 2. So let's use completing the square method briefly and compare our value. So for the first one, in completing the square method, as we did when we were trying to derive the quadratic formula, we have to we have 2y squared there, right, minus 9y plus 4 equal to 0. So we are going to divide all through by 2 here, which is going to be left with 9 over 2y plus 2 equal to 0, which also means we'll write this way, minus 9 over 2 y, and take 2 to the right hand side this way. Now we are going to add 1 over 2 and multiply by 9 over 2, right? 9 over 2, and square it on both the right and the left hand side. So when we do that, we're going to have 9 squared minus 9 over 2y, right, plus 1 over 2, 9 over 2, all squared equal to minus 2 plus 1 over 2, 9 over 2, all squared. So we are going to factorize this, which means if we factorize this, we are going to have, so if we factorize, we are going to have 9 minus 9 over 4 now. Multiply this, right? 9 over 4 all squared. So if we open this bracket, this is what we are going to resolve to, right? This is what we are going to get. So this is going to be equal to minus 2 plus 9 over 4 squared. So to do away with this square, we are going to take the square root of both sides, which we are going to have 9 minus 9 and y minus 9 over 4 to be equal to the square root of minus 2 plus, so let's simplify this, 81 over 16, right? 81 over 16. So which means y minus 9 over 4 is going to be equal to the square root of this. So let's take the LCM here. This is dividing by 1. So we're going to have minus 32, right, plus 81 divided by 16. Right, so minus 32 plus 81 divided by 16, which means y minus 9 over 4 is going to be equal to square root of 49 over 16. Note that this square root is covering both 49 and 16 altogether. So let's split this here. So this means that y minus 9 over 4 is going to be equal to 7 over 4. So let's take this to the right hand side. Y will be equal to 7 over 4 plus 9 over 4, right? So this is going to become plus or minus, since no quadratic always has a plus or minus answer, right? Is either plus or minus. So y is going to be equal to 7 plus the first one, y is going to be equal to 7 plus 9 over 4, right? Because the 4 is on both sides, which is what, 16 over 4, which is equal to 4, or y is going to be equal to 7 minus 9 over 4, which is equal to 2 over 4, which is equal to 1 over 2. So let's compare these two answers. This is the solution for the first equation. There you discover that is the same with what we had at the other side. It's the same with 4 and 1 over 2. So that is to show that our value is correct. So let's solve for the second one now and see. We'll solve for the second one now. So for the second one, right, we have x squared minus 3x minus 10 equal to 0. So taking 10 to the right hand side, we're going to have x squared minus 3x to be equal to 10. So in this case, the value of a is 1. So which means even if you divide it all through, you are going to have the same values. So what we do here next is we now multiply 1 over 2 to minus 3. right, and square it on both sides. So we now have x squared minus 3x plus let's say minus, because it will still give you minus 3 over 2 all squared, right, all squared. Let me put the plus here and put the minus here. All squared, then you have equal to 10, right, minus plus minus 3 over 2 all squared. So which means this is the same thing as saying you have x minus 3 over 2 all squared. Well, if you do that, this, if you factorize this is what you get, which this will be equal to 10 plus 9 over 4, right? So let's take the square root on both sides. X minus 3 over 2 is going to be equal to the square root, and then let's take the LCM now. This is going to be 49 over 4, right? We are going a little bit faster now. So x minus 3 over 2 is going to be equal to 7 over what, 2, right? So that means x is going to be equal to 3 over 2 plus or minus 7 over 2, which means x is going to be equal to either 3 plus 7, which is 10 over 2, which is equal to 5, or x is going to be equal to 3 minus 7, which is 4 over minus 4 over 2, which is going to be equal to minus 2. Perfect. So let's also compare these answers to what we have here when we use quadratic equation. Square that we have the same. Look at this, 5 minus 2, 5 minus 2, we have the same answers. So it doesn't matter, except you can use the best method you like that suits you, except for some specific cases where a method is stated to be used. Like in this case, if you are to submit this work for submission for marking, and you solve it using the quadratic formulas we did earlier on, you are going to be scored 0, because and maybe you get answer for your values, for your answers, you get marks for your answer, but the fact that you use a different approach to what you were told to do means you may not get the correct scores. So this is the right approach, completing the square method that we've used to solve, and the answers are the same.